All right, we are back. So, Death Before Dishonor. Let's talk about some positives because there were actually quite a few that I really enjoyed. This esports stadium thing that they're doing, it just makes it feel cool.
It does.
And that's the one thing that I really liked about this show is that it really made it feel different. Instead of just the two condoms and the big screen that they have, it's like it looks like they're coming out of a spaceship.
Right.
There's not as many people, but there doesn't have to be.
Right.
The crowd was loud.
Yep.
I say, I want to be there.
Right.
That's what we want.
Right.
So this was a really cool setup. I know it's Collision, but I couldn't find a good picture of Death Before Dishonor.
Right. But it's the same setup.
Right, it's the same setup. The video packages. Every single match had a video package. And why is that positive? Look at somebody like Peanut Gallery. He doesn't watch the show every week. I don't watch the show every week. I don't know why these people are fighting.
Right.
Here's a 1 or 2 minute video package
That's
before the match.
need.
Boom. Okay. I know
You've set me up. Now I'm all set up. And
I
ready
know.
to go.
I know how we got here. I know why these 2, 4, 8, whatever are fighting. Perfect. And that's positive. That's very positive.
Yes.
Diamante and Leyla Hirsch had a Texas death match. The match was as violent as it needed to be.
Yes.
They beat the crap out of each other.
But that's what you expect because I think both of them are former fighters, right?
Yes. The only problem is, well, I'll talk about it more in the negative, but we already had an unsanctioned match. I don't know why they did this. But I really did like this match overall. I'm hoping Layla's okay. It looked like she hurt her arm.
I think so. It looks like it.
Yep. So pretty much just all encompassing, all of the women's matches were stellar matches in their own way. But Billie Starkz in particular just wowed me because usually she's like this silly, goofy, whatever, but she played such a different character during this match. It was awesome.
Yeah.
She knows how to do a heel so well. I'm telling you, there is something about this girl that there's a star on her. And the funny thing is,
How old is she?
19.
Oh my God.
She is 19. She was born in 2004.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And she's this good already.
Yeah. She's going to have a good career.
Oh, incredible career. I just really want to point out because this match was, I mean, there were some botches, but overall the character work from both of these girls was just done very well. Red Velvet won the match, but Red Velvet had a lot of momentum going into it. So she definitely had to win, but I was just blown away by Starkz on how forward she is already within her career as it relates to character work.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just Death Before Dishonor in general, matches were good.
Yeah.
There wasn't a match that I was like, that was bad.
Right.
Now, there were some botches, but that does not mean every single match was awful.
Right.
So, but I was so pleased about this. I'm like, if I paid $20 for this show, I would have gotten my money's worth out of it. Luckily, we didn't have to.
Right.
So, now those are the positives. And positives are always good, but with the positives, there have to be the negatives.
Yay.
The countdown. There were 4 matches.
Way too many matches.
4 matches. There were 10 matches in total for this card. 4. And that was 28 minutes and 7 seconds. One of these matches was literally 1 minute. On the money. Why bother?
Why bother, right?
Why bother doing it if you're going to do that? Wait until the Ring of Honor television show to do some bullshit like that, and guess what? It'll be a lot better. But this was stupid. Why have that?
I don't know.
This match was it wasn't a mess, but that ending was so disappointing. A low blow roll up for the Undisputed Kingdom to win. Come on.
They're not a weak tag team, but you're making them out to be a weak tag team.
Yeah, they're like, well, they're heels. Yeah, they don't have to have interference for every fucking match.
Right. They're not weak. They've held the title for, I don't know, a couple of years at this point.
Undisputed Kingdom?
Yeah.
No, not a couple of years. Maybe a couple of 100 days, a couple of months, not a couple of years.
Yeah, that's what I don't really care that much
to
keep track.
Right. But yeah, the ending of this was really disappointing. And I'm going to go back to it a little more in depth. These who have a Texas death match. But the problem was, a couple of weeks ago on Ring of Honor television, they had an unsanctioned match. Usually when they come to a brutal match like this, that's the end of the rivalry. You had a decisive winner in that unsanctioned match with Leyla Hirsch winning.
Right.
Why do the Texas Death Match then? This should have been the final match of the entire rivalry.
Because it's the pay-per-view.
Right. It's the pay-per-view. It was a brutal match. It really showcased how tough these girls are. And then we have to talk about the big botch. Leyla Hirsch hit the moonsaults. She did the full flip, but her arm whack right on a couple of rungs on her way down. And it looked like the doctors were like, oh shit, she's hurt. So hopefully it's not a bad hurt. Because AEW in general have a lot of injuries.
Especially on the women's side.
Yes. Dalton Castle had a really big injury. He tore his bicep. He's going to be out for a while. He needs surgery. Yeah. So this would not be a good thing. And finally, for God's sake, I am so absolutely tired of the constant cock riding and sucking of Jay Briscoe in every Mark Briscoe match.
I knew you were going to talk about this.
Oh my, it was nauseating. I'm like, God, this match was good too. It was a good main event. But it's Mark. They haven't changed anything about him. It's like, I think I heard more Jay Briscoe chants than Mark Briscoe.
Right.
And the one who's in the match is not Jay.
Right. His son is named Jay. Yeah, or at least it's the legal name.
It's the new kid.
It's the new kid.
It's the brand new one that unfortunately his cousin popped out. But for God's sake, like when does it end?
Right.
Like at this point, I want Mark Briscoe's Ring of Honor championship reign to end.
Just so you don't have to deal with the constant Jay Briscoe comparisons.
So tired of it. God damn it, dude. I kept watching. I'm like, God, this is a great match. Jay Briscoe loved this. Oh my God, their connection because Jay Briscoe. It's so bad.
I know. It is.
It's so distracting.
Yeah.
And it's like, what can you do to totally change it up? You have to change theme song. You have to change entrance. You don't have to change gear. The gear's fine with, Mark, but you got to change up that and just literally ignore him.
Right. You have to, at this point, you just need to move on.
Yep, you do. And, I give the same criticism to the Wyatt Six. They're mentioning Bray a whole hell of a lot, and I was worried about that. And I'm not going to change my stance on that. I'm not. But this is now getting to the point of being ridiculous. It has at least been a couple of years since the car accident. This has got to stop. Right. And there were a lot of people saying, okay, we get it. The Jay Briscoe stuff, it's now starting to get kind of annoying. And it 100% is. Because other than that, this match was good.
Right.
It was a really good match. Now, I don't think Mark Briscoe had to bleed. But it's obligatory bleeding. Exactly.
Kind of like with John Moxley matches.
Exactly.
Just at least obligatory bleeding.
At least he's taking time off.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was really it for Death Before Dishonor. Overall, I'm gonna give the show a full thumbs up. Yeah. I liked everything. There was not really anything that I didn't outright say that sucked. So. But generally, that's what Ring of Honor and AEW do. Usually around their pay-per-views, they knock it out of the park, and I thought they did pretty damn good with this, all things considered. So when we come back, we're going to watch a very special match, one close to our hearts.
Yeah.